do your part. You can't help the world when you're playing around and race games saying you're black but you're really brown. Doing only for self. Mama Earth needs help, Grandma's church, even DTs need help. What can you do? Don't worry about me. Hey, you got life's chores, cause I ain't she free. Been doing my part, building the mental arc for the Aquarian age before it start. Ask Prince Ali Bay and Sister Zakina, who brought him to Toronto to wake up the sleepers. If you think not, you better go ask Dada Griff, who's giving to yo hip-hop chakras a lift. Bobby Hemmett came too, so did Boyd Graves. Respect and love you, though you died from AIDS. Just rent a library room, don't cry for space. Who's gonna help the world? We can't escape the space. Most are conscious, but not cognizant. Won't stick up a pork chop, but rob his aunt. When it's time to help the world, all I hear is can't. Many of y'all are coming back as birds and ants. Trust me, I study the Buddhist and Brahmin shaman. Help the world by activating pineal carbon, DMT dripping like a leaky faucet. I help the world when I sleep, no need to force it. Just doing my best even when doing my reps. Help the world sleeping or taking my steps. When I'm wearing a fez, nationals breaking their necks to witness the renaissance. Staring in a trance, I do so much and willing to do more. Don't believe me, ask the youth from Palmer Court, ask the youth from Malvern and hear what they say. Ask the youth from Rexdale or ACHA.
My lyrical hang time's worse than the Willie Lynch curse. Cause I'm not coming down till I finish this verse. Demons disperse till them bite curve. Eat dirt till my feet hurt. Ashes to ashes, soon return to the earth. Stand for better and redirect the worst. Drop some knowledge on a dime beat to quench your thirst. Thanks to sus, we've remained in the game with a torch high. I ain't checking up another track, don't ask for a why. It's time to feed a rapper to the fire, kick and scream. The same way a spirit does when you steal a dream. The more we want for self, the less there is for us and we. Minimal I, and let's build a community. The temperature rises now, the ice age melts away. Prophesied by KRS-One, these are the times and days. This is the cycle that I missed cause I was too young to jump in. Now I got enough artillery to keep dumping. Fire Marshal Ho Chi Minh, let me show you something. Duck for cover, shells can't stop flying, stagger like you're drunken. We got aces round here, so keep the ones flunking. Bitch slap a whack rapper like you need some pumpkin. Ho Chi Kutcher, fucking call me Simon Butcher. Commercial rapper, decapitated envelope pusher. Rapper inquisition of feed him to the fire. Lead him to the heat and watch the flame raise higher. Picture painted, but the spirit not tainted. See us in a pheasant, fall back like it fainted. Feels like we've been here from the ancient. Experienced so much challenges to build my patience.
Stop lying, you never loved me. Hung me from nooses off the plum tree. Call me Indian when this is a Mexican, the land of the Moors. Slave history is really yours. You know I'm your master. Slave came from Slav. I was the have, and you made me not have. Brown calling me black, put my name in all caps, and all cards I get from you. And plus some new, I couldn't be a citizen of corporate men created jurisdiction. Living a fiction, I realized the matrix you got me mixed in. When I realized the Bible doesn't mention Christians. Habit said ho be a hole, taught me about these vixens. You taught me lies and truth distorted. Listen, attempts at taking my mind, your mission aborted. Kick rocks, time to forfeit, and watch me orbit.
Why I gotta end like this? Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Leave my motherfucking heart. Why it gotta
Why?
end like this?
It's just got to. You asking me questions,
Why it gotta
man?
end like this? Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Leave my motherfucking heart. Why it gotta end like this?
Yo, stop lying. You work for the enemy, that's quite traitorous and conspiratory. I heard your story, but it seems I suffer, you get the glory. Got me on the front line doing things gory. Marching with Boule Negroes doing nothing for me. Killed Malik L, Malcolm Shabazz, you bore me. Brainwash launching. Often, research Kendrick Johnson, case closed like a coffin. Khalid Muhammad said he's a Moor and ends up dead. Now the I'm black epidemic is widespread. Not knowing themselves, but thinking they do. Following agents and sellouts, working with Jesuits too. They tell you it's new, but it's your old world order. The Moors and Jews were dark-skinned, slew and slaughtered. Even Stevie told you in misrepresented people to never be a misrepresented people.
Why it gotta end like this? Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Leave my motherfucking heart. Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Why it gotta end like this? Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Leave my motherfucking heart. Why it gotta end like this?
It's over. I'm not playing your race games, face same as my ancestors, I know my name. I didn't come here on a slave ship, I've been in this land. I'm not your ward or minor, you overstand? It's over, I'm not playing your race games, face same as my ancestors, I know my name. I didn't come here on a slave ship, I've been in this land. I'm not your ward or your minor, you overstand, it's over.
Why it gotta end like this? Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Leave my motherfucking heart. Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Why it gotta end like this? Why it gotta end like this?
It's just got to.
Leave my motherfucking heart. Why it gotta end like this?
Earth was one landmass, I was first. I touched on rights from birth, I'm not cursed. Still one landmass, I reach Atlantis. Fell in an abyss, now the first land split. Abyssinia, let's make sense, don't forget. Still one landmass was Kush and Kemet. Branching south and north, east and west. Some stayed the path, some strayed in experiments. A few ciphered, and many deciphered. Cracking sacred generic codes, creating a hybrid. By the time we reach Asia, Noor and Asia saw Kemet fell and made the custodians Moors. You're probably asking what happened to Kush. Into Kemet is where he got pushed. Pyramids of Egypt show our greatness. Put ourselves on the wall so you can't debate this. Back on course, since I navigate giftly. Moors took the Nile back home to the Mississippi. Some took the knowledge over centuries shared with Spain. Thought they would see Northwest of Maxim again. By this time the great earthquake shift the earth plates. And Harvard say Europe is their birthplace. When we had Europe the mountains caucus. Evil scientists and politics have meetings caucus. Imagine what you thought real was fake. Imagine what you thought true was a lie. Imagine what you thought real was fake. That's chemtrails, not clouds in the sky. Imagine what you thought real was fake. Imagine what you thought true was a lie. Imagine what you thought real was fake. That's chemtrails, not clouds in the sky. A Moor is a black person, especially Negro, who claimed Jesus, son of God, under a steeple. Moors are Moabites, so was Ruth. Jesus' great-great-grandmother is Ruth. Jesus is a Moabite too, so he was a Moor. Circle 7 was the 5 fish and 2 bread they saw. Buddha is a mind state caused by the mudra. Kali Yuga is the magic of the Kama Sutra. Spirit Mother Black. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality. for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. Learn your foreparents' ancient divine creed. Since 1913 I've been planting the seeds. Enemies planted, agents, I had to leave. I know it was abrupt, but bear with me please. Among the many teaching, man have two selves. These are lower and higher. You want the one that justice breeds. Uplifting the Moors, be yourself is what you need. Ancient forefather didn't salat on their knees, not even under his own vine and fig trees. Fell to slavery for abandoning divine creeds. Denationalized since 1774. Now you hurt others with hands, tongues and thoughts. Confused at the roads when you see them cross. The object of Moor's life is to unfold, of course. Islam doesn't teach we were born in sin. If unlimited capacities can be found within, humanity has been left at the mercy of those who in them have no mercy. If only Allah guides the Moorish movement, the faith in your prophet, please don't lose it. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. Coming as he did with a national message. Many disrespect and don't get the lessons. Following the speakers, not the words spoken. Connected to the higher powers, all wires broken. This is our prophet, and there's none left. False prophets point followers to the joys of death. Circle 7 says Jesus but means Ben Yosef. Where you find Allah, we know the heart is closest. To find a real prophet in these days is rare. Most propagate a faith to have the people in fear. Together we stand, divided we fall. Prophet said study the Constitution, cause law is all. Divine and national principle specific. His call to all loyal and faithful Moors is specific. Most made our prophet suffer severely in the past, waving banners with the claims of a national flag. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. If you have race pride and love your race, join the MST and you must make haste. If Europeans help, then why not you? I'm your prophet, who you think I came here to redeem from the slavery state that's mental. Get off your 4 legs and out the kennel. This field is open to strong men and women, willing and seeking the kingdom of heaven. Lack of sincerity is in the churches. Lack of truth makes all religions worthless. I took a red pill and blue pill to know the ledge. Tree of life ciphers dance in my head like sugar plums. If you're sick, lime and a shot of rum. New wine and old skins will have you wasting some. Tried for many years, they still blind and dumb. Standing on the corner pushing crack and crime and guns. Hanging at high noon, a star called sun, bleaching the sellouts' bones dry, and they asking why. Schemers walk and traders grin all the time. On the high road, I watch them fall for the last time. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be.
You remember the last meeting? I was speaking about religious freedom. I was speaking about how if America said mass vaccination of smallpox, how we could say we don't want to get it under religious freedom. Right after that, didn't the president announce mass smallpox and vaccination, everything? So it's just showing you we got to stay in tune with the times. The prophet also said, quote, prophecy number 57, he says, quote, watch the newspapers and listen to the radio. I am going to make the European tell the truth. So he's saying in the last days, listen carefully. What you hear in the newspapers, what you see on the news. He's saying because he's going to make them tell the truth at that time. And if you listen carefully, you can distinguish the truth from what they're saying.
passive for a time. Jeff Fort Moors active behind enemy lines. El Hajj, Malik, El Shabazz, and Khalid Moors. Paid with your life so you can have yours. For Indiana Moors visited by FBI. Dirty Moors who turn Portal Pro and Spa. New Moors sanctions, grand bodies on ice. Claiming you're more, they might take your life. Follow the prophet in deeds, not just words. Or be a sacrificial lamb for the sheep or herd. To be kept docile and passive, not active. Black's mind frame made Willie Lynch classic. Moorish leaders obtain leads, sell it to the courts of booty and prize. Covering civics with religious lies. Always saying legal, never lawful. Making the fiat on payday cause they keep the court full. Give a morsel that gets dismissed at court's discretion. Peace officers never see your weapon possession. Possession in the sun's hand is a gun wand. Shooting in the crooks and castle brands. Treated life like funland. It's crazy how babies are grinding like ladies in basement jams like the late 80s, early 90s. Nowadays youths are grimy, not worried. Got you in front and Allah behind me. Above and under, also on my left and right. Through me when I write and recite to the mic. Few courts to Pro Tools, mama raised no fool. Graduated from street college and hood high schools. Making up my rules could have me facing 5 tools. Giving up myself 3 G's and my shoes. Ego kicks in, now I make up my rules. Then my childhood friends become my crew. Retaliators meal like my food. Then crew turns enemy, I can't even trust my dudes. For active Moors living, never passive for a time. Jeff Fort Moors active behind enemy lines. El Hajj, Malik, El Shabazz, and Khalid Moors. Paid with your life so you can have yours. For Indiana Moors visited by FBI. Dirty Moors who turn Portal Pro and Spa. New Moors sanctions, grand bodies on ice. Claiming you're more, they might take your life. When the gat spit, it's mostly those with no practice. Doing the slackness, shooting like you need glasses. Repping a block you don't own. With guns imported by those who don't claim a gang but wear uniform clothes. Street rookies, we're taught the game by big man pros. In our days, the generals passed down the codes. Before streets were watching, some chose the option to opt out and not opt in. Do 2 months instead of 8 cause you turned in weapons. Think you did good, release back into hood sections to help get the guns off the street. But it's effed up to get stuck up by you turned in heat. By you to waddling in streets like penguin thugs. Freeze when I hail them up and still screw-face mugs and two-face hogs. Could tell you who served and who ate slugs. Playing yourself wearing the bloody kicks on rugs. For active Moors living, never passive for a time. Jeff Fort Moors active behind enemy lines. El Hajj, Malik, El Shabazz, and Khalid Moors. Paid with your life so you can have yours. For Indiana Moors visited by FBI. Dirty Moors who turn Portal Pro and Spa. New Moors sanctions, grand bodies on ice. Claiming you're more, they might take your life.
Yeah, don't ever prejudge. Sometimes the humble have to bust guns. It's for liberation, not for street cred or fun. My army strapped with ammo and camo for battles. Dropping bombs to make your head shake and teeth rattle. But lyrically, a dope rap supply of fiends be feeling me. Laying in the trench, smoked out over some greenery. Find a place to smoke despite the different scenery. I put in work for my paper, it's not from some schemery. Tell Webster better add that to his list of words. My vocab will make you think that I'm a fat rap nerd. Yeah, I wear glasses and yeah, I read a lot of books. But trusted family, I'm surrounded by villains and crooks. They underestimate me because they judge me by my cover. Judges be judging us too strictly based on our color. I've sat inside courtrooms and heard enough testimonies. Too many DA perceptions of us are flawed and phony. Walk into many stores and reps won't look to ask to help me. I could have thousands, but they have to see it to see I'm wealthy. And that's the reason why I treat every day like it's hunting season. Dressed for the occasion, summertime, but I'm still freezing. Pockets depleting, and my belly needs some feeding. Begging ain't my forte, and my family keeps increasing. I'm sorry, God, but I found better ways to change my mood. It might not be angelic, but it gets us some food. And when our children ask Daddy, can I have some more? I get in my share, then put on my gear, and then I wage my war. It ain't a beef thing, it's more like a chief thing. Gotta provide for my dependents, cause I'm the damn king. See my crown right here, hear the sound like here. Across my path of comrades, and it's the worst nightmare. God, food and water's all I have to sustain my shell. I chase devils down and give them all quick trips to hell. Inside a judgment, boil a pot, you catch a burning flesh smell. The realest shit you heard in your life, now you're under my spell. I'm the revolutionary baby whisperer. But when the empresses pass, trust that I'm not a whistler. But y'all won't see that, y'all see me as a menace to society. I can tell by the way feds be eyeing me. Without intuition, you can only see the surface. So I guess what you see, it makes people nervous. Like what you scared of, the person who enslaved, you're the enslaved. Masculine on my chest in your face, that means I'm saved. But in the land of the one-eyed man, the blind call him king. So king me now, cause I'm free and hear the song that I sing. Yeah, for street niggas living with their lives on the line. For young niggas taking drugs, losing they mind. For revolutionaries popping off at swine. For broke niggas sick of it, robbing banks blind. For visionaries showing us the signs of the time. For all the poor and needy who escaped the life of crime. IHF is the light in the midst of the darkness. So we the illest shit you heard in your life.
For active Moors living, never passing for a time. Jeff Fort Moors active behind enemy lines. El Haj, Khalid, El Shabazz, and Khalid Moors. Paid with your life so you can have yours. For Indiana Moors visited by FBI. Dirty Moors who turn Quantum Pro and Spa. New Moors sanctions, grand bodies on ice. Claiming you're more, they might take your life.
Yeah. My soul rebels against Leviathan spell. Moorish people can't tell that they're living in hell, trapped in a cell. The world we live in is full of sinning, blood spilling, dirty women, the devil's grinning. Amorite stole the soul from rock and roll. Satanic schools cold like the North Pole. Illuminati got wrapped in a chokehold. You can't beat them, join them, that's mind control. I'd rather be free like the birds in the trees, doing what the fuck I wanna do, you feel me? I'd rather be broke and have self-respect. These rappers get fucked in the ass with fat checks. The US is a third world project. America's $1 zillion in debt. Voting's a facade, the government's a fraud, and 9/11 had to be an inside job. Original G.O.D. Supreme Jeans. Moorish visionary, y'all have sweet dreams. Brown Christ, Nazarite, dreaded Nazarene. Real name Fury, Brown Elohim.
For active Moors living, never passing for a time. Jeff Fort Moors active behind enemy lines. El Haj, Khalid, El Shabazz, and Khalid Moors. Paid with your life so you can have yours. For Indiana Moors visited by FBI. Dirty Moors who turn Quantum Pro and Spa. New Moors sanctions, grand bodies on ice. Claiming you're more, they might take your life.
Whew. Islam Moors, welcome. Welcome to Q&A. Q&A Wednesday, number 30. Number 30. Don't forget, you can go get every book at khalifamedia.com. Just go get a book. Why not? Why not? So we were trolling Pastor G last night. We were trolling Pastor G last night because she had people up there. And we trolled for about half hour because they weren't really saying anything. We were just under the troll. We're just under a troll. So I got a message today. Do I know her? I see you speaking highly of me. I know for a fact you've never met me in person, ever speaking. She's a matriarch and all this. She's a matriarch. I have to respect her because she's a matriarch. I have to respect her. Then her husband's gonna come do something if I don't respect her. I have to respect somebody? Why would I respect somebody who's talking crazy about RV Bay publications? Why? How come? Do you know how much work the mothers put in for you traders to come around messing up stuff for people? Going on Pastor G talking about nothing over there. Talking about nothing. Talking about nothing. Talking about BS. Nothing to do with Moors, nothing to do with our birthright, nothing. Just playing games. So we were trolling last night. How come she didn't talk that Taj will get you locked up and disrespect of RV Bay up there? Why not? Why not? You were talking crazy about the master teachers. Do you know who RV Bay Publications is to Moors out here who study? Right? Moors who study hold that website, rvbaypublications.com, in the highest regard. Because that's where they went to get their study on, to be the Moor that they are right now. That we have bona fide 10 years strong. These people can't talk crazy. Where were these people 10 years ago? What were they doing? Bet you they were doing some BS. Where we been? Moor Science Temple, still right now. Still Moorish Divine and National Movement. Still Noble Drew Ali every day, all day. FOH to all these people who talking about they're somebody's leader, whoever. And they got the brilliant idea for whatever. Get the hell out of here. It's Noble Drew Ali or nothing. You people have played your games. Your time's done. You people have played your games. Pack up your whatever. Get the hell out of here so people could get real information so we could save ourselves. Because it's 10 years we're hearing people giving finance to dummies over here. And then they're going to come on our live and they're going to talk crazy. But they're not going to talk crazy to the person who just jacked them for 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 10,000. 10,000, 20,000 from Moors. Moors telling Moors, I could sell you some whatever it is that they're selling them. And these people spend up to 20,000 and get nothing and do nothing about it. You're not going to strangle some people? Are you out of your mind? But nah. You're going to send your husband to come beat me up or whatever like that. Why are you sending people to beat me up when you're playing pipe cleaner games? You unmatched skills at eating ice cream? We're dumb? You think we're dumb or something? This Pastor G's people. It's the grip. It's the grip for her. Who eats ice cream like that? You see somebody hold an ice cream cone like that before? Children don't even hold an ice cream cone like that. Only one thing you're going to hold like that. Only one thing you're going to hold like that. You ain't holding anything else like that. And we're not no pausing and none of that, because this is their stuff that they're putting out. This is not me putting out anything. This is on their own thing. This is on their own thing. This is on their own social media or whatever. And then they're mad at me? Why are you mad at me for? What are you sending me long messages and all that stuff for? You're talking about trying to find your dad and you going on Maury and all this and help whatever like that, and you're talking about ice cream ice cream fellatio? That's what you're on? This is what Dr. G's supporting? No, Dr. G. This is what you're promoting? This is where you're at? These are the people that you have to use to get people to say that they're Moors? When Dr. G, she ain't had El Bay in 10, 15 years. You never see her put that out there. But why not? Because it's supposed to be reawakening minds and all that stuff, right? So you're out of the jurisdiction of the church, whatever. Well, you know, to put the Bay on there and stop playing games. And let's really see what's going on. And if you are active like that, why are you hiding it? Why are you playing? How are you mad? Don't let these people play little dumb games with you because they played themselves. This is her own upload. Moors even liked it. Moors even liked her eating ice cream. Going on there talking about help somebody. These are your leaders now. This is what you're subjected to. This thievery. This is what you're subjected to. This is what you get now. Since you want to play games. Right? You don't want to give honors? Oh yeah. And don't forget there's Dan. Dan the perv. Who tried to play games with our stuff with porn spam. And his dumbass forgot to take off his camera. Now look at him. Now look at him. Now look at him. You think it's a game. Yeah. You can't go against Drew Ali. You can't do your own thing. No. If you're a Moor, you're not allowed to do your own thing. You better get down what Drew Ali was talking about. If you're playing any other type of games, you're playing games. You're playing games. Right? Moore's been putting in work. These people just came yesterday sucking ice cream, and then you're chasing them down. 300 people in the damn live watching some ice cream sucker. Right? And then over here, you got 40 people over here. Don't forget, we're just here for the two in the back. We're not concerned about some 50,000 people in the live, the thing going 100 miles a minute. You can't even type nothing in it. Just a waste of time. Why even have the thing there? Right? But this is what they do. This is what they do. But we got all you people. All you people, your time's done. Get out of here. Your time's done. Right? Peter Lamborn Wilson. For all the people who are talking the circus BS and all that stuff, this is for all them people. The great Moorish drama. Was Noble Drew Ali ever a professional circus magician, as oral tradition relates? This curious and crumbling flyer represents a rare bit of evidence, circumstantial admittedly, for such a belief. Shamanism, which appears as trickery to the modern Western observer, the mythical beast, always makes use of prestigitation as a therapeutic tactic. This practice is neither rank superstition nor fraud, but rather a deep-rooted structure in all healing faiths. The shamanic trace in all religion, so to speak. Religion is magic theater, just as theater was originally magical religion. Rites performed for healing and commutatis. European. A modern European telling you, shamanism, they present that to you as trickery. And once you see anything Asiatic presented to you in some fraudulent perspective or whatever like that, that's modern Western observer thinking. And majority of these people are modern Western observer thinking, because as soon as you tell them about Moors, they go blank. You got to tell them about shamanism, they go blank. You got reference point for everything else. But then they say Noble Drew Ali and talk about circus magician. Not knowing that religion is magic theater. Just as theater was originally magical religion. Rites performed for healing. And Noble Drew Ali was the Egyptian adept, and people were lining up around the temple to come check him. Moors have to shut the line down and all that stuff. Prophet got asked the rest too. Like, what are you people? It's like that. It was like that in Drew Ali's time. No wonder he's talking about 16 secretaries and all that stuff. If people are lining up around the building to get his products and all that. If people saw him as a shaman, but to the modern Western observer, that's the mythical beast. Let them play you. Don't let them play you. Make sure you know for yourself. You don't worry about what anybody else is saying and what they're doing or whatever like that. What are you doing? Check yourself. Don't worry about these people. You go check yourself. Check you first. Before you start anything, check you first. Make sure you're sure in where you're at. Because the trying weak minds is real. Trying weak minds is real. Let's get to these questions. Islam. Can we use the Constitution of the United States of America as a lawful document in Canada if it is in fact an article of Moorish American law that falls under religious law? And I ask this because in the Canadian Bill of Rights, freedom of religion does not have a withstanding clause. So if it is a part of Moorish religious law, wouldn't it apply anywhere there is freedom of religion? So first of all, let's take religion and Constitution out and deal with the entities. If you're talking United States of America, that's not specific, because the United States of America is a big jurisdiction, and there are many states that would be geographically located in the United America. They call them continents. Canada that is just like U.S, but north. Some foreigners came in, got permission to use certain land, and then they took over. They didn't stay in their boundaries. The only way that could happen is if there's a sellout. Somebody sold out. So when we get to today, who you're dealing with is these same foreigners. And nothing a foreigner does supersedes or overthrows or dissolves the Aboriginal Indigenous claim. Why? Because diversity of citizenship, and they're a foreigner, so they don't have jurisdiction. It's just that simple. Where the religion part comes in now is that when people look at Moors, they're looking at it from that perspective. Some religious thing. We need to go in some religious whatever. When a red flag with a green 5-point star is a national flag, not a religious flag. Noble Drew Ali in the Moor Science Temple of America Religious Corporation documents identified a national flag, not a religious flag. So if you think that using the Constitution for the United States, and then because we're in Canada, the Canadian Constitution is what's going to apply, and then we're Moors in Canada, so we have to figure out, no, this is Morocco. And you got the United States of America, Canada, and all that stuff. We're Moorish American. We're descendants of Moroccans born in America. America is a part of the Moroccan Empire. Moroccan Empire, according to Noble Drew Ali, which is 1900s, and there's nobody else that ever made this claim or whatever like that. He's the only one. And nobody said, nah, he's lying or anything like that. That the Moroccan Empire extended from over there, if we're in the Americas, to over here, the Americas. That's the Moroccan Empire. And we're Moors of the Moroccan Empire. And there's Brazilians of the Moroccan Empire, and Mexicans of the Moroccan Empire, and Colombians of the Moroccan Empire, and everybody else in the Americas. Because again, Noble Drew Ali outlined that. And nobody said, nah, he's lying or whatever. That the Moorish Americans and the Mexicans of North America, right? The Moorish Americans and the Mexicans of North America. You notice he didn't say United Statesians and Canadians? He didn't say that, right? He said Moorish Americans. Right? So everything above Mexico is Moorish America. This is just what it is. That's the prophet. What are you saying? No, it's not that. Who are you? And don't tell me your opinion why it's not. It makes absolute complete sense to me. Like the circle block goes into the circle hole. Above Mexico is Moorish America. What's Moorish America? That's where the Moorish Americans are from. If we keep playing United States and Canada games, then when we have to play Constitution and Canadian Bill of Rights games. What's supposed to solidify these rights that we're talking about is the fact that we all know that we're Moorish Americans. I don't care about your sexual whatever and your whatever else. You're Moorish Americans. No, we're not Moorish Americans because the Asian. Oh, we're not Moorish American because the OO and then the ORE and we're the ORE Moors, and we only want to be the ORE Moors. Raleigh made this stuff simple. So you're not using any constitution of United States or Constitution of Canada unless it's to keep these modern European foreigners who are in your land in check, because that's what they say is their constitution. So, all right, if that's their constitution, then I'm going to hold you to this stuff. And if you're holding them to that, they violate something in there because that's their oath to that. That has nothing to do with you or whatever. You're Aboriginal Indigenous. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. So we're here before all the Constitution, whatever like that. We're here before all that. The European versions, we had our own, of course. It wasn't theirs. We had our own. And then through them watching us, they got their own. And then now they're just ruling the continent, and you don't see a problem. And the only reason they're doing that is because majority of our people want to play like they're everything except Moors games, which keeps those people's fiction alive, because the fiction has to feed. And the food is the Negro, black, colored, Indian, whoever, that don't have a nationality, and they don't get it that they're food. Even though these people wrote the book, Delectable Negro and all that stuff, wrote pages about these people eating niggers. And they're playing games about lawful documents in Canada. They don't lawful documents in Canada. Canada's a corpse. As soon as you say Canada, you're already in the jurisdiction that you're trying to get out of. You just played yourself. That's why I say we've been saying Canaanland from the jump. Made absolute sense. You see the map, and these people say that they're Washita. And then the Washita map saying Canaan on there. Mexico, Morocco, Canaan. First thing, well, how come ain't nobody talking about this map or whatever like that? Nobody ever showed me this map before. So if it's a fact that up here is Canaan, and then when you do your little research on Canada, you find out that it goes back to Canaan. And then when you go do your little nigger research in slaves escaping and then going north and follow the North Star and all that stuff, and then they're singing going where? To Canaan. Even the nigger slaves knew up here was Canaan. They're from over there on the slave ship. How do they know where Canaan is? How do they know that? Huh? I didn't hear you. How? Okay. Canaan is the north. Do your research. The word Canada goes back to Canaan. Some people were brought from the continent of Africa on slave ships. We're riding with the story. They were brought over here by the millions. They got enslaved when they got brought over here. And they were slaves for 400 years. And through that time, some of them, you know, they weren't having it and they escaped. When they escaped, they said they're going to Canaan so they can be free. They said they're going to Canaan so they can be free. And then they escape slavery and then they go to Canaan. And then they got out of slavery. Okay. How do these people who came from over there know Canaan is over here? That they're going to go there? Obviously, this is ancient. Obviously, everybody wasn't a dumb nigger that they brought over here on some slave ship. More than likely, this was some prince or whatever like that who had world knowledge. It's all right there that we're Aboriginal and Indigenous. Nobody truly realized that above Mexico is Morocco and made a claim. And you go check his uncle, Henry Turner, and then he made the same kind of claim. With Louisiana Purchase and all that. There's two examples. There's two examples. Just two. There's more. There's just two. Yeah. The jurisdictions is the problem. Not knowing the jurisdictions, or probably having too many jurisdictions to pick from, so you get wobbly, you get warped. Right? When you go to the Quran, and Noble Drawley's telling you about all the nations. He's specific. He's not jumping around talking about the yellow, orange, blue, pink. He's specific. He's specific. Very specific. And it's an easy plan we have to follow. Proclaim your nationality. And then once you proclaim your nationality, then you take Holy Covenant. So the covenant is to look after each other, right? Forget the covenant to, go into the thing and then kiss the ring of forget that. The covenant, we're gonna look after each other. That's the covenant. If you're down for anything else, then we don't need you. Put you in a hole and throw stones at your head, because that's treason. But it's not going to be that easy, because you have foreigners in a certain seat that what our people are talking about they want to do, you're going to have to get in that seat, and they ain't giving you that seat. So now you're stuck. Or Be Aboriginal and Indigenous, go over here and do your own thing. And don't be concerned about what these people are doing, because their only concern is their wards anyway. They're concerned about people who aren't their wards. If you're not about being their ward, they wouldn't even pay you any attention. Only if you do some dumb stuff, you know, suck ice cream cones and stuff like that. Now, here you go, doing dumb stuff with the birthright. We got one that we could use to keep the confusion going, so these people don't figure this thing out and realize that Noble Drew Ali made it simple for them. Noble Drew Ali made it easy. Proclaim your nationality, get with Moors who's doing work, and help them do more work. Then you're good to go. No. All right. And then also, too, even if we say, okay, let's go the religious, whatever, let's go the religious way. Even if you go there, you're still talking constitutional rights. You're not talking about some religious rights, because there ain't no religious rights. Right? Like Asir was talking about. RIGHTS and RITES is two different rights. So which rights are you going to? Are you playing yourself and going to the wrong rights because you didn't check to see which rights they're talking about? Now, indigenous people have the right, RIGHT, to practice their ancient traditions and customs that the modern Western observer thinker was called religion. It's not religion, it's tradition and culture passed down from generations. In turn, it's all about honoring your ancestors. But if we go religious, it's still Aboriginal and Indigenous, because we're doing our practice as Indigenous people. Some lower thinking individuals will call that religion. Fine. If you want to say it's a religious headwear and not a national headwear, and then I'm sitting there debating with you that no, it's national, it's not religious or whatever like that, you're wasting time. Just accept the religious headwear, because that's where their incompetence has them. They're not evolved yet. To find, religious headwear, no problem. Could I go now? Just religious. Like I got flights and stuff. Oh, sorry about that, sir. You know, it's just most people nothing. You never saw Fezzes before on quote unquote black man. So you're weirded out. I get it, but it's not getting off because it's religious. And then they're not even going to bother with you. They're going to recognize that it's religious, and they'll leave you alone. That's the freedom of religion. The freedom of religion is you could walk around with no turban. Just try it for yourself. One day, not even one day, walk around for an hour somewhere with no turban, no fez. And then go put the fez on and then come back and then walk with it and then see if it's different. Now, the people who receive it and approach and ask questions or look and point and whatever like that, are they looking at it from religion or are they looking at it from national? And then it's not until that you sit down and have the conversation with them that they're telling you that they know everything about the Moors and all that stuff and the history and all that. And they ain't talking about some Islamic whatever. You're talking about lineage. You're talking about a descendant of people who they haven't seen. The last time they heard about this was when their granddad and all that stuff, and they start going into their little bag. Not to prove anything to us, but to just reinforce that really all we have to do is unify. But you know, people want that. People want to be the man. People want to be on platforms, 300 people, so they could sit there and talk BS. Right? So don't get caught up in the different laws that you see modern Europeans create, whether they call it acts, statutes, ordinances, constitutions, declarations, resolutions, whatever they call it. Don't get caught up. That's a foreigner. And if foreigners saying anything, they better put their status on the record, or whatever they say doesn't count. And as soon as you put up their status on the record, and you see that it's diversity of citizenship because they're a foreigner and you're in your own land, that's when your inalienable rights, RIGHTS, activate, and then you're untouchable at that point. Because you realize that they're a fraud. They can't create law. They're a foreigner. I don't care, whatever name they're claiming. Are you indigenous to this land? No? All right. So you don't have jurisdiction. If everybody thought like that, stuff would be over tomorrow. And we're not even saying doing anything. We're just saying thought like that. But we already know this for the two in the back who want to think like that, because majority won't. It's not their fault. They're colonized. They're colonized. Is there a place or website to get the large fez? The place where we go to get fez were Lauder, Mason Spot. They got Moorish American section and all that. Because that was the fez with the holes on top and tassel. And then there's anywhere else that you can get a fez. That you can just do your research, where to buy a fez, and buy a fez. So it's not, you see how you can go anywhere and get a baseball hat or some kind of hat. And the fez isn't in that category like that. So when you're talking about, when you're talking about having a fez, like things come with that a lot of people aren't ready for before they get the fez, and they F themselves up because they thought that this is some costume party or something like that. They just want a fez just because they see it or something like that. Like the fez is no joke. The fez will put you in some situations that you might not be ready for. The Fez is no joke. And it doesn't matter. It's clean, dirty, tassels all messed up. It doesn't even matter. There's this magnet with the Fez. And depending on the demographic of nationals you're around, it could get crazy. And no crazy negative, you know. Everything, every situation, absolutely positive. But for years upon years, right? There's Moors that say they have Fezzes, but then you get it, and then it's some stuff that you're not happy with or something like that. And you know, yeah, you support, you know, because we're Moors, and you know, we'll support. But you know, that's one thing. You know, we got people that got good oils and got good, you know, certain cultural things, you know. But Fezzes is getting a Fez is crazy. As I'm saying, getting it from Moors. That should be something that's in abundance. And it's crazy that it's not. You know, Noble Drew Ali's products should be something in abundance. We would go to the store and get that. Because not everybody's gonna go buy a Fez. You know. Because for the Fez is a lot for some people. Some people aren't ready. You know, playing around, putting on Fezzes and people going up to them, questioning them on certain things, and it's not a good position. You know, it's not a good position. That Moors have a Fez and they can't even just get their Fez from a Moor. It's always something. Like I said, there's Moors out there who have Fezzes. They're not even going to promote anybody who I think has something. Because when you go and then you get stuff and then you're quite mad at me because I sent you and it's not the way that, you know, then you're whatever. Only place I know that has the Fez where there's no issue with it, like this is the one, just getting it, you know, yeah, this is the one. This is the actual one. There's Lauder. And of course those Masons are gonna have it. Like, of course. I mean, of course. Right. The Fez is no joke. So, you know, if you're going there, be mindful that it's not a joke. It's actually serious. Islam, can you explain the problem of life are largely social and economic? In a profound sense, they are moral and spiritual. So the first thing would be let's just get it in context. This is Moorish leaders' historical message to America. And Noble Drew Ali is closing out this article, letter to the Moors. Read carefully the doctrines of the Moorish Science Temple of America. It contains our hopes, aims, rules, and articles of religion. Every member should have a copy. In conclusion, I urge you to remember there is work enough for all to do in helping to build a better world. The problems of life are largely social and economic. In a profound sense, they are moral and spiritual. Have lofty conceptions of your duties to your country and fellow man in general, and especially those with whom you deal. This includes such honesty and righteousness as will cause you to put yourself in the other fellow's place. Look for the best in others and give them the best that is in you. Have a deeper appreciation for womanhood. Brighten the hopes of our youth in order that their courage be increased to dare and do wondrous things. Adhere at all times to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I am your affectionate leader. I shall continue to labor day and night both in public and private for your good, thereby contributing to the welfare of our country and its people as a whole. Noble Drew Ali. So the problems of life are largely social and economic. This is why there was an economic plan in the Moorish Science Temple, the Noble Drew Ali. There was a grand treasury, which would mean that there was finance coming in, there was a manufacturing company, there was people's dues that were being paid. So it was something that was economic. And it's also social. So let's just get that one up there. Let's just get that up there. So again, it's when we look at Drew Ali and the things that he presented, was for us to get ourselves, in order. Like social, devoted or relating to home life. 1560s as living with others, from French social, and directly from Latin socialis, of companionship, of allies, united, living with others, of marriage, conjugal, from socius, companion, ally, probably originally follower. You see where this is going? So it's social, and again, going back to the Holy Covenant, that we're going to look after each other. We're going to assist each other. We're going to be allies. We're in this together. It's social and it's economic. But in a more profound sense, because the social and economics profound already, and then you're going to go get your Quran, and then it's going to talk about your social duties, going back again to this these problems in life that are largely social, not getting the support that you're supposed to get, people being sellouts and traitors, etc. And economic, not being able to provide for the family, having to go out here do madness in order to get finance when there's land anywhere, anybody could have anything that they want. But if we put all that aside and we look at this with a more open mind, we'll see that it really comes down to morality and spirituality. Spirituality is really the money. And the social is really morality. Looking at each other beyond the flesh. The more that you assist each other, not just help in general, you're just helping everybody and not helping your own, you're not helping anybody. Right? Have to have lofty conceptions of your duties to your country and fellow man in general. Right? So in order to solve these problems of life that are largely social and economic and in a profound sense, moral and spiritual, you really have to go over and beyond in your duties to your country, not your temple, not your organization, not your religious corporation, to your country. So you see why we have a national flag? And what country are you talking about? Moorish America, above Mexico. There's governors in almost every jurisdiction. This includes such honesty and righteousness as will cause you to put yourself in the other fellow's place. Look for the best in others. If I'm looking for the best in you, you probably want to be doing your best then. You probably want to be doing your best. You probably want to do that one extra set. Don't punk out early. But just give your best. Leave it all on the floor. Just once. Just once, leave it all on the floor. All right, not twice. No, a multitude of times. Just look out for somebody more than yourself for once. You selfish swine. Be honest. Live righteous. What do you mean? Talk on the phone 500. What do you mean? That's not serving as worthy of a hire and all that. That's not that individual looking out for their fellow man. These people have a holy covenant. They're telling you they're masters at sucking ice cream cones. They're chasing after them like a big dummy. And the ones that are honest and righteous, you're looking at them like they don't know what they're talking about. The honest and righteous don't know what they're talking about. These heathens over here playing pipe cleaner games. Playing suck golf balls through hoses. These are your leaders that you want now. Jolie told you at all times, adhere to the principles. At all times. all times. Now you know Noble Drew Ali is the man. And he brought us everything it takes to save a nation. Us living by the principles and having lofty conceptions of our duties, meaning going over and beyond for your brother, for your sister. Really, really rep what you say. The children will see wondrous things. And that'll dare them to do wondrous things because they'll be experiencing it. Just like we were talking to one of the Moors right now. Right? Son went to go get the driving permit, whatever. Goes to get the permit. All rights reserved on it to go get the permit. Just on his own. Right? There's adults who don't know that. There's adults who don't know how to contract in their own land and get played with these people's contracts. And then here's the young Moor reserving his rights, going and contracting because he wants to. I don't want to. So I'm on a contract, but I'm gonna reserve my rights because I know what this is. That's what's up. Right? We'll check some of these Moors. What's your nationality? Moorish American? they're not even slow with it. And the adults, I'm Moorish American? What? That's what it's about. The youth getting it. Them being on it. Them remembering who they are. That's what it's about. And their courage is greater than our courage, so you already know they're going to try to stop it. But just keep them on the path. Keep them on the path. And that just shows you where they are, that they're ready. Right? Jolly's the man, though. Jolly's the man. Uninstall the Moors worldwide. It was in the chat. 73, 79, 20 likes. That's crazy. But that's also how it's been. That ain't nothing. Have you seen the 300 ones? I'm like, holy. We got 300 up in here. Oh my gosh, here comes a Moor. Honors to all the Moors. Honors to all the Moors who know the truth about their nationality and their birthrights. Honors to you. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Don't forget rvbaypublications.com for every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 7:30. Every Wednesday, 7:30. Check the RV Bay homepage. Check the RV Bay homepage. Get updated. Honors to all the mothers. Thank you for life. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Peace and love, Moors. Islam.